Teenage Caveman is a 2002 made-for-TV film directed by Larry Clark. It's actually a remake of a 1958 Roger Corman film. While an incredibly loose remake, it uses the same title and some of the plot premise, but it's really its own film. This video has major spoilers on the entire film. Fair warning. This is a sci-fi horror creature feature, but it's directed by Larry Clark, so it has lots of teenage sex and drugs. It's about a group of teenagers living in a post-apocalyptic world. One of the teenagers' dad is the leader of the tribe. He constantly talks about how God speaks to him and tells him that teenagers can't have sex because there's not enough food for their babies. But he tells the teenage girls that he likes that God chooses them to serve him and he rapes them. When he's about to rape Sarah, his son David's girlfriend, David kills him. The tribe ties David to a tree so he can die, but Sarah and their 4 friends take him down and look for a new home. After a sandstorm, they wake up in this insane but cool futuristic lab. They meet Neil and Judith. It's their home and they save them. They all take a bath together and then David and Sarah find out that Neil and Judith are not like them. They tell them they were college students before the apocalypse and their school department knew about Judgment Day before the public, so they did experimentations on some students, genetic altering them so they could survive it. They did it and it made them stronger. They said this happened about 100 years ago, but they still look the same age. Neil and Judith give everyone drugs and show them how to have sex. Neil has sex with one of the girls and this infects her. Her body can't handle it and she explodes from the inside out with horrible CGI effects. Judith has sex with one of the boys, but he survives and becomes one of them. Judith transforms into Sarah and tricks David into having sex with her, so now he's infected, but he survives and gets their power. Neil gets jealous and kills 2 of the boys. Their plan was to infect them all to build a new race of their species, but he wants Judith to himself. Judith gets mad, slaps Neil in the face, and he kills her with even more horrible CGI effects. Neil wants to have sex with Sarah to infect her, but David protects her, and they kill him. Sarah then lets David have sex with her, but it looks like she dies because it just cuts to him going back to the tribe, wearing the stupidest outfit I've ever seen, so he can take all the children and have sex with them. Not teenagers, young children. The whole ending feels incredibly rushed. And what the hell is with all the clothes that Neil and Judith give to the teenagers? All the outfits are so stupid. So this is supposedly a TV movie made in 2002. I don't know what TV channel made this. I can't find out even online. This film has a lot of nudity, but no graphic sex like Larry Clark's previous films. I really like that he uses Tate and Peaches from Ken Park. That was a big plus for me because I love their characters in Ken Park. So I know in a 9-month period, Larry Clark made 3 films back to back with Bully, Ken Park, and this film. Bully remains his darkest and most brutal film to date, and my personal favorite. And I love Ken Park, and that remains his most sexually graphic and controversial film. So I could understand how after making those 2 back to back, he would choose more of a genre movie and kind of take it easy. His trademark and personal touch is still in this film though, which is teenagers having sex and taking drugs. That orgy drug scene is really long. I like the scene, but I think it could have been a minute or 2 shorter. I watched this movie for the first time one late night on HBO as a teenager, but it's not an HBO film. I was lucky enough to find the DVD for like $3 years later at a library. I remember having a good time with this film. Watching it this week was the 3rd time I've seen it, but this is not a good movie. The script is pretty stupid, the dialogue is mostly bad, and the CGI effects are horrible. The only good kill is when Neil explodes. I feel like this was a regular creature feature film, and when Larry got attached to it, he added all this tribe banning sex and Neil and Judith infecting people through sex. But I really don't know, it could have been in the original script. The acting is bad in this movie, but it's kind of a fun bad. I think the best part of this movie is Neil, played by the actor Richard Hillman. He's over the top, but he's a genetic monster who constantly uses cocaine, so I can buy it. I just like this actor in general. This was one of the last films he ever made. He was Kristen Dunst's older boyfriend in Bring It On, and he plays a ticket scalper in one of my favorite comedies ever, Detroit Rock City. Richard Hillman died in 2009. I can't find out anything about his death, but I read on his IMDb trivia that he contracted the HIV virus in the 1990s, so I'm pretty sure that's what killed him. He doesn't look too healthy in this film. It's a shame because he was a likable actor. Rest in peace. Like I said, this is not a good movie, but it's kind of fun. I like a lot of the actors, not all, but most. And it's cool to see Larry Clark try out a violent genre film. I think he failed, but it's still entertaining. I think that's all there really is to say about this movie. So that's my review on Teenage Caveman. Thanks for watching. Keep watching. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, hit that like button, and follow me on Instagram, cinemajunkies_. Don't forget the underscore.